rock aficionados, welcome to another episode of Musical People and Journeys, the new rock album review show. I'm Nige, this is Trish, Lauren and Andy. Welcome gang, how are you? Missing Paul and Chris today. Missing Paul and Chris, they're not well, but there we go, we'll soldier on without them. If you are tuning in for the first time, please hit the like and subscribe button if you like what you hear. We review the latest rock albums and rate them out of 5. Will it get into a Hall of Fame? Will it get into our Album of the Year? Who knows? Who knows? Right, today's offering is Devil Inside and their album Bounty Hunters. This was submitted Paul because I think he might like this, and so he kind of threw this in at the last minute, and I listened to one track and went, oh yeah, that sounds quite cool, I should put that in there. But let's actually find out what the rest of the panel. Andy, let's start with you, shall we?
Yeah, let's do that. I'm 95 to 99% sure this is an AI generated band.
Really?
I think so, because if you look up what they are online, there is no mention of who they are. It just is it's a dark country band project. Everything they've done is by this year. Everything's on YouTube. I am 95% sure this band does not exist as a band. So I think the music itself is generic. Well, not generic. Well, it will be if it's AI, but it's a sort of standard dark country sound. It's not too bad, but I think you can pick up the traces that it does not exist as a band. So therefore, we'll see what score it gets.
Well, it'll be interesting. I will tell you now that if I'm going to carry on to say that it is what it is. However, if we'll say this now, if it is subsequently proved that this band is AI, we should delete this video and we should write them out of our history, of our notes, as if they never existed. How about that?
I'm 95% sure it is, because the comments say it's AI on YouTube when you look at it, and I look at it, and they've released like 5 albums in like the last year, and I think it is.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I've obviously, because I do the admin, I check out the band's Facebook pages first, because obviously I have to do posting, and they do exist. They did a post on the 19th of June saying, many of you asked if this band is real or AI. Truth is more interesting than either answer. So, if you go and check out their Facebook page, they've got Instagram and everything, and you can find out if they're real or not.
There we go. Right, well, let's crack on as if they're real for now then. So, what did you think of the actual music, though?
It was... Oh, who are we talking about now?
Andy. We're still on Andy.
I thought it was standard country, darkish, rock. But it was, I think, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So.
Hey, this is what this show's all about, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic. Interesting conversation. Lauren?
So I'll admit I hadn't heard of this band or anything before. So I also had a hint of a suspicion, but much like Mama Trish has to do, I often go off, do some digging. After I've written up my notes, one of my processes is I'll listen to it, score it, listen to it again, give it some deeper notes and some deeper analysis, and then I'll go off and then go through and go, is what I'm hearing the message they want to put out? So I then went digging and found like Facebook page and all that sort of malarkey and all that sort of thing, and I was like, oh okay, yeah, so this is on brand, it fits. For me, it was engaging rock with the very strong country flavour. Which for me it gave a bit of nostalgia, because one of my favourite films, random connection, but one that is pertinent. One of my favourite films growing up to watch with my little brother was Ghost Rider, and our favourite scene is when they are riding together, because my brother was obsessed with Harley Davidsons and choppers and stuff. I was a horse girl, so then it would be a case of watching them two ride with just that version of that track in the background. This whole album spoke of that to me, and it was just it was really like a, whoa, that's a blast from the past. So it was really lovely in that sense. I thought it was great with its storytelling, which was one of the reasons why I was like, this feels suspiciously like it may have been made somewhere. But that's because it's got really good pedigree and history to it with the way country music works. I found it like a genuinely enthralling bit of fun. It leans into what it is, and it does it really well in places. Like Graves on the Prairie, that was my favourite track off of it. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, overall, took me by surprise. But really genuinely quite pleased with it, and really enjoyed the place it took me to. So yeah.
Trish.
No. So, on listening to this album, I'm going straight out of the starting blocks to say I would be a fugitive for this bounty hunter any time, and we all have a bit of the devil inside each of us. So what's not to love about this dark country hard rock album? It's raw and brings a fresh twist to country music with gothic undertones. The album draws you in straight away with the haunting, hard-hitting Wanted by the Wind. Each track flows well in the album. I love the toe-tapping God Don't Ride This Trail, which is right up my street, and if I had to pick a favourite, it would probably be this, but there is not a bad track on this album. The lead's vocals deliver on all levels to sing the story of this album. You can't imagine or would want anyone else singing these tracks. I absolutely loved it. It's a blazing saddle of an album.
Nice.
Great analogy. Great analogy. I think I was trying to put the words in this. I think Lauren might have summed up. I liked the place it took me to. And the one thing about the lyricism of this album and the storytelling and the musicality that combine fantastically well is that it does take you there. I mean, you know, one of my favourite tracks, Wanted by the Wind, was fantastic, but The Last Ride of the Hollow Man, which is towards the end of the album, I was there riding through the night, and The Last Ride of the Hollow Men, oh my god, what a track. What a terrific album. If it is AI, wow, future of it is looking pretty solid, because this is a damn fine mixture. I mean, it's almost like we did Nirvana about a year and a half ago, I think, and Nirvana kind of moved a little bit into that kind of country vibe with some of their music, and this is almost like, and there were tones of Nirvana in his voice, and some of the musicality, and you almost go like, this is probably the album Nirvana would probably make, but I don't think they would make it as well as this. I thought it was terrific. I loved the place it took me to. I loved, we talk about, power metal and where power metal could try and take you there, and this is like almost like a country power metal album, in the sense of like, it's not power metal, but in terms of like that storytelling and that musicality, in terms of that country vibe. If you want a country rock album, and you want it a darker kind of country rock album, you're not going to get far wrong with this by a long shot. Terrific. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. And I sure hope it's not AI, because I would be absolutely gutted if it is. But we shall investigate even more. But I'm going to go with Trish and say it's not AI. Right, okay. Let's find out, shall we? Will it get into our Hall of Fame? Will it get legendary status even? Let's find out, shall we then? Andy, we'll start with you then, shall we?
I think it's AI. I'm going to give it a 0. I have to, for that reason, because I think
absolutely.
even like looking at what they're posting at the moment, I'm looking at the statement. It's very cagey about how they made it. They admitted to using AI, but they say that some of the things are live recorded, etc., etc., and it's always been used but blended by musicians and stuff like that, were taking place into it. I think it was crafted largely on a computer, and that's all. So I'm going to have to give it 0. Sorry, I'm going to have to.
No, absolutely. We respect your opinion. Lauren?
I really enjoyed it. I'm going to live in blissful ignorance for a bit. I gave it a 4.
Trish?
Well, I'm hoping that when I reach out to them, they might come on for an interview and clear things up for us.
That'd be nice,
Who
wouldn't
knows?
it? That'd be fantastic. Yeah.
Would
Say,
be.
can you clear up this debate? Absolutely.
Do update. I've got their back, mate. I loved it. I don't care how, what, where, when, how, who. It's a 5 from me.
5 from you. Cully give this a 4. Paul absolutely enjoyed this album. Give it a 4.5. And I absolutely adored it. And it's my second 5 of the month. I give this a 5. It doesn't quite make legendary status though. We just give it a 4.5. So 22.5 in total, 4.5, which puts it certainly up in our top 20 albums. Let me just check my notes. Yeah, it's 7th album of the year so far, 21st of all time, along with Hot Milk this month. So there we go. So both of those are into the top 10 for the year so far. Will it be enough to get into our automatic picks? We shall find out at the end of the month. Congratulations to Devil Inside. Let's try and clear up the old AI story. That'd be amazing. And thank you very much to my wonderful panel. Do you agree out there? This bone of contention? Do you know something we don't? Leave a comment below and let us know what you think. It would be super interesting to find out. That is, thank you to Andy, thank you to Lauren, thank you to Trish, thank you to Chris and Paul who could make today. Goodbye and keep on rocking!